Referees have 90 minutes to get it right. Sometimes they don't, and it changes football history. From a handball that ended a nation's World Cup dream to VAR getting it wrong even when it knew the right answer. These are the 5 most controversial decisions in football history. Let's start with the one that literally rewrote the rulebook. 2010 World Cup, round of 16. England are down 2-0 to Germany and fighting back. Frank Lampard smashes a shot off the crossbar. It hits the ground clearly over the line, bounces straight back out, and every single fan in the stadium sees it, except the officials. No goal. The referee waves play on like nothing happened. England never recover. Germany wins 4-1. And here's the twist. The exact same thing happened to England back in 1966, except that time, it went in their favor. The outrage was so massive, FIFA finally caved and introduced goal line technology just a few years later. One missed call literally changed the rules of football forever. November 2009, Ireland are seconds away from their first World Cup in years. Extra time, scores level. Then Thierry controls a loose ball with his hand, not once, twice. Nobody blows the whistle. He squares it, William Gallas scores, and France go through. Cameras catch the handball from 3 different angles. Henry, to his credit, admits it after the game. He says straight up, yes, it was handball. Ireland demanded a replay. FIFA said no. France went to the World Cup. Ireland stayed home. To this day, it's one of the biggest injustices in qualifying history, and there was no VAR around to save the day. 1986, World Cup quarterfinal. Argentina versus England, with real political tension in the air after the Falklands War. Maradona jumps for a header against goalkeeper Peter Shilton and punches the ball into the net with his fist. The referee doesn't see it. Goal stands. England's players surround him, furious, but it's too late. Then, just minutes later, Maradona does something incredible. He dribbles past 5 England players and scores what's still considered one of the greatest goals in World Cup history. Afterward, Maradona famously calls the handball goal a little bit the hand of God, a little bit the head of Maradona. Argentina wins 2-1 and goes on to lift the entire World Cup. It's the most famous, controversial goal ever scored, and it happened in the very same match as one of the greatest. Champions League semifinal 2009. Chelsea are dominating Barcelona, who are down to 10 men, and the referee, Tom Henning Overabu, turns down not 1, not 2, but 4 clear penalty appeals for Chelsea. One of them is Gerard Piqué handling the ball right in front of him. Chelsea just can't find a way through. Then, deep in stoppage time, Andres Iniesta smashes home an equalizer for Barcelona, and they go through on away goals. Didier Drogba runs straight at the camera screaming, "It's a disgrace," one of the rawest, most iconic reactions in football history. Even the referee later admitted he wasn't at the level he needed to be that night. Chelsea fans still bring this game up every single time VAR gets criticized, because this is exactly the kind of night VAR was supposed to prevent. And this one's different because it happened with VAR already in place, and it still went wrong. October 2023, Tottenham versus Liverpool. Luis Díaz scores what looks like a clean goal. He's onside. Replays confirm it instantly, but the on-field ref had already flagged it offside. Here's where it gets insane. The VAR team, watching the replay, agrees Díaz was onside. But instead of telling the referee to award the goal, they just say, "Check complete." And the referee assumes that means the offside call stands. Goal disallowed. Liverpool go on to lose 2-1, finish the match with 9 men, and PGMOL, the body in charge of referees, is forced to publicly apologize days later, calling it a significant human error. They even released the actual VAR room audio. If a system built specifically to stop controversies can still produce one of the worst in Premier League history. Maybe the problem was never really about the technology,